So I ran into a frustrating export issue yesterday in Premiere Pro, and after scouring the net and reading a bunch of forums, I had a hunch as to what might have been the problem, and as it turns out, it was. I know a lot of people have been having this issue as well, so I'm hoping that this short video walkthrough will fix the issue. This is a video I was trying to export in 1080p, and it was constantly getting stuck at 13%. It would increase as normal for the first little bit, the percentage completion would rise, and the amount of time left would decrease until it got to 13%, where it would just freeze. Let me show you how it looked in Premiere Pro as it was happening. See, the video export is getting stuck here and the time to completion continues to rise. Before we continue, I want to explain what is happening behind the scenes when you click export. It starts by reading and decompressing your compressed source file, then goes on to render the project. For those that don't know, rendering is applying any and all transformations or manipulations that you've done to the video in your sequence. It then encodes your images into the desired codec and then saves all of that data into a neatly compressed output file. So depending on where your export process is freezing, it can give you a hint into what exactly the problem is. Mine was sticking at 13%, which is early in the export stages, and that made me believe that it had something to do with the rendering process. Up here in the sequence tab, I chose render into out and watch closely at the rendering progress. I'll show you that now. The rendering frame appears to be moving up at a pretty decent speed according to my computer specs. By the way, I'm using a pretty average laptop to edit the videos. Until it hits the frames in the upper 2000s where we see it start to get a little choppy. Then on frame 3027, we see it significantly slow down almost to a crawl. It appears that the render or export was not actually freezing, but instead just carrying on at a very slow pace. This is the evidence that we need to find the culprit. Something is going on at or around frame 3027. So I went down into my timeline and found where that frame was. If you can't see frame numbers, go to sequence settings and change video display format to frames. And it looks like it's this image overlay clip that I tried a brand new video effect on, the right on effect. I wanted to make a circle around the part of the image I wanted to highlight, so I chose the right on effect. But it looks like rendering this effect is a bit too hard to manage, at least for my computer. So I deleted the effect, and look at here. The export goes on as it usually does. Quick, fast, and without any errors. To quickly recap, a freezing export is not necessarily freezing. It's likely just an area in your video sequence that is causing the problem. To narrow down what the issue could be, try rendering the project first and pay close attention to the sticking point, specifically the individual frame number. Find that exact frame number in your timeline and observe the clips, images, transitions, or effects that may be holding up the export. Consider removing or changing that effect to allow the export to complete as usual. I hope this begins to solve your Adobe Premiere Pro export getting stuck or freezing issue. Thank you.